So lately, we have been getting a ton of questions about all things to do with raw feedings, okay? So today I wanted to make a little video and try to help you guys out. I'm always trying to answer your questions and help you, but the best way really is to just show you and make this video for you guys, okay? So what I'm gonna do today with you is, I went to the store earlier, I just got home. I went and got all the dogs, this is for the puppies and Dro and I went and did their shopping for their meat. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys everything that I got for them. And then I'm also going to talk about transitioning your puppy from either nursing to raw, or, you know, just introducing raw into their normal meals. So if you're already feeding them dry food, kibble, you know, I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can go about incorporating raw into their diet, okay? And then I'm also going to go ahead and show you guys how I kind of prep their food. Obviously, this is a lot of meat. I can't just leave everything fresh. I freeze everything in portions. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about how I do that. And yeah, so let's just get started. So first and foremost, this is not every time I go shopping for them, but this is a pretty good gist of the things that I get. This does vary from, you know, I go twice a month, so sometimes more depending. You know, Nat has been nursing, so she's been needing to eat a lot more, and we also have had 8 puppies, so like it varies, you know what I mean? But this is just for this next 2 weeks. I'm hoping that this is gonna get them through. I might have to go back, but we'll see. So let's start with their base. So this is like the base to every meal is they get chicken on the bone. I have a whole video on how I prepare this for them. This is just chicken quarters. Okay, you can see that. So basically what that means is it's the leg and the thigh. This one has the back, so it has the connector there. I take the skin off of this, I cut it in half, and then I freeze them in portions. Each dog, well, Nye and Dro, each get a leg and a thigh per day, now that Nymeria is not nursing anymore, okay? Since, if you saw on our last two videos ago, Nymeria has been throwing up to feed the puppies. So since she's been doing that, I'll give her an extra piece just to make sure that she's getting her nutrients as well and not just throwing up all her food for them. So if you want to see how I break this chicken down, take the skin off, all that stuff, I will leave the link to this video up in the cards and also in the description box, okay? So that's like their base. So every meal they get that, and then we will add some of this other stuff in. So here we have ground beef. It is important to give your dog a variety. They need a variety of muscle meats, bones, raw bones, and organs. And you'll see here we have a good variety of all of that, okay? So obviously they have bones in the chicken. They also do need red meat. You can't just give your dog chicken products, okay? So like this, and obviously this is chicken products, and everything else is red meat. They need the iron and the carbs from the red meat. A dog can't just live off of chicken. And if you look at it, like in the wild, wolves don't just eat chicken. They need a variety of different meat. If you just give them chicken, you could be giving them too much protein, and it could really mess up their stomachs. They'll get protein burps, and it will really mess up their fecal, number 2, it'll mess up their shit, okay? So you want to make sure you have a nice variety. So here, there's 2 of these. These are each close to 4 pounds. This one is 4.10 pounds. This is 3.70, so we have close to 8 pounds of ground beef. All right, these are chicken gizzards. So these are the organ category, okay? So these are basically like their lungs, and I think livers. I think it's lungs and liver and gizzards. I'm not too sure. But we do have 2 packages of these, as you can see. And then these are beef short ribs. So it has a nice bone on them for them. So this is giving them their red meat. They're getting nice healthy fat, and they're also getting their bones. So again, we have 2 packages of these. Here, these are chicken necks. I prefer turkey necks for the big dogs, but our butcher for some reason hasn't had them, hasn't been carrying them. So, you know, I do like to give them either chicken or turkey necks, but, you know, I haven't been able to, like I said, get my hands on the turkey necks, so chicken necks will do. And then these are also good for the puppies until they're, so when it was all 8 of the puppies, they like would try to eat their food so fast because they would think someone was going to come try to take it. So they would start choking on these. They would literally try to swallow these whole. So what I've had to do is cut them down into 1/3 or 4ths each piece, and then I just give it to them like that. But over the next couple weeks, they'll be able to just take a neck and, you know, run off and do what they want to do. Callie mainly, I'm hoping it would be just Callie here. But, yeah, so these are really good for her, and also Nyandro love these. So we got 2 packages of these, okay? And then over here, what these are is beef soup bones. So they do have a little bit of meat on them, as you can see, but these are just mainly bones. These are what's going to give them their dosage of bone that they need, and it's also beef, so it's their red meat, okay? So I have 3 packages of those. And then finally, these are chicken hearts, falling into the organ category. All right, we got 2 packs of these. We'll just take a handful of these and just throw them in their bowl. They love them. Can't live without these. Chicken hearts are a necessity with our dogs. All right, so now as far as how I prepare everything and just get it ready over the next 2 weeks to make it easier on myself and also make sure that I keep the food fresh, I just buy these bags. You know, they're just sandwich zipper bags, and I will put each dog's meal for that day in a bag, throw it in the freezer. Our dogs prefer their food frozen. Their raw meat, they prefer it frozen, and I'm fine with that. It's actually better for them to eat it frozen. It's really good on their teeth. If you look at Nymeria and Drogon's teeth, they are pearly white. They have not a speck of tartar on them. We don't have to brush their teeth because giving them their raw meat frozen, you know, really helps out and just makes their teeth perfect. So they have great teeth. Every time we take them to the vet wants to know what we're doing to keep their teeth so good, because they really are great, very healthy. You don't have to freeze their food though. If they are getting a good amount of bone, the bone will do the same job. Okay, it's gonna really scrape the tartar off of their teeth and keep their oral health up to par. All right, so now, like I said, I will freeze their portion. So I'm not gonna like do this right now and film it. That would just be way too long of a video. But what I do, like I said, I have the video of how I break up their chicken. Go watch that if you want to know. So for each dog, each bag, they're gonna get 2 pieces of this chicken. This ground beef, each packet gets broken up into 8 pieces. So they get a ½ pound of ground beef. I'll throw that in a couple of their packages, okay? More than likely today I'm gonna put a little bit of ground beef in every single bag. And now this is the stuff that's gonna vary. So every single bag that they have, they're gonna get their 2 pieces of chicken plus some ground beef. All right. And then what I'll do is for some of them, I'll throw a couple of gizzards in, maybe a rib, one of these bones. Like all of this stuff is gonna be switched up. Okay. And then what I'll do is I will keep a couple of the chicken necks just in a bag by themselves, because we like to give them a little snack, you know, throughout the day. In between meals, we'll just give them like one of these or 2 of these. Now, as far as the puppies go, they're pretty much gonna have the same type of thing, but some way smaller portions. So we typically, now this is very controversial, okay? And when I talk about this, what you guys need to understand is that our kibble, I don't even call it kibble, I'm only calling it kibble so that you guys can understand what I'm talking about, is freeze dried. Their dry food is not cooked kibble. So it's very different. Now this is something that you need to do research on yourself and figure out what you believe. A lot of people think that you're not supposed to feed kibble and raw meat at the same time. They digest at separate times in their stomach, and some people will tell you that that's bad. It can cause bacteria to grow in their stomach and it could just not be good for them. And then some vets will say, hey, they're dogs. Their bodies are meant to handle stuff like that. They'll kill their prey and leave it out for 3 days in the sun, you know, and just go back and eat little by little. Their bodies are meant to be able to handle bacteria. Their bodies are meant to be able to handle it. So what you need to do, if you're going to go off of what I'm telling you here, is do your research and figure out how you want to do things, okay? So typically, Nymeria and Drogon get their dry food in the morning, all right, as well as some of their meat. We put them together. Now, we are okay with this because we know their kibble is not kibble. It's dry food and it's not cooked. So they're basically getting nothing but raw in their diet. They're not getting any cooked kibble, okay? So Nymeria and Drogon get their big meal in the morning, and then again at nighttime, we'll give them a little snack or another bowl of dry food. As far as the puppies go, they get 2 meals a day. So in the morning, they're gonna get their dry food. I forgot to show you guys these also. These are just raw chicken wings. They're really small. If I can kind of show you. They're really tiny wings, okay? They're like buffalo wings. I got 2 bags of these. They're just already frozen. The puppies get these. Obviously, they can't have a whole freaking chicken quarter, right? So we'll give them some wings sometimes. For the most part, for their raw chicken, they get wings. But it's a little different now. I know this video is all over the place. I'm sorry, but it's a little different now because Nymeria half the time is throwing up her raw chicken, so they really haven't been getting their wings. But you know, as time goes on, they will get their wings instead of this chicken. So for the puppies, what I'll do is make their bowl, okay, like I showed you guys a couple videos ago. I showed you how I make their dry food. They'll get that, and then for the morning time, sometimes I'll throw a wing in there or something, but more than likely what I'm going to do is for night, I'll give them just a couple little things of raw, all right? So that is how I prep their food. Everything goes in the freezer. For that day, I come in here in the morning, pull it out, just let it defrost enough so that I can pull everything apart and then feed them right there. It makes it very simple for me. Pull a bag out, that's their food for the day. They're good to go, right? So now that you guys know all that, you see a basic understanding of the stuff I buy for them, you know, on a bi-monthly basis. Now let me talk to you guys about how to get your puppy started on raw. If your puppy is going straight from nursing, straight from breast milk to raw, you are going to want to be a little bit more careful, okay? You need to make sure that you're mushing it up for them. You need to make sure that you're not giving it to them frozen. They can get diarrhea, they can get constipation. You can just mess up their bowel movement so bad and mess up their stomach if you don't do it the proper way. What we did not go straight from nursing to raw, okay? We went from nursing to dry food. That way, I added the pumpkin and the coconut oil in there to help them with constipation. I add warm water, let it soak up and get mushy so that they're not going from a completely liquid diet to just solid, hard food. You're gonna mess them up if you do it that way. So you just wanna make sure that you do it the correct way. Now, if your puppy is already eating kibble or dry food, you don't have to worry as much. You know that they're not gonna get constipated or anything like that. But what you do have to worry about is diarrhea. You need to introduce raw very slowly to a new puppy, okay? You cannot just give them a bowl of hearts, a couple gizzards, some ground beef, and some raw chicken at once. No, you can't do that. What you need to do, and this is what we did with them too, introducing raw meat, we gave them nothing but raw chicken for like the first week that they started eating raw meat. Okay? Then the next week, we'll introduce a little bit of ground beef. You need to basically stick with one thing for a whole week until they get fully adjusted to raw meat. So again, the first week, we gave them nothing but chicken wings every feeding. Second week, we added a little bit of ground beef into their food. Not with the chicken. I mean, just ground beef by itself. Okay? Third week, you can add a couple chicken hearts. Fourth week, try just a chicken neck or a beef, some type of raw beef. You need to make sure that you're not giving them too much at once and upsetting their stomach, okay? So that is kind of like the best advice that I can give as far as starting your puppy with raw meat. You guys already have a really good idea on how to get them a balanced diet. Well, with raw meat, you can't just give a dog nothing but chicken, guys. You have to give them a variety. And the best way to look at this is to know that a dog's closest wild relative is a wolf, right? Dogs are pretty much domesticated wolves. So, how I learned a lot of this stuff was watching a lot of documentaries on wolves and getting to know the wolf. And that really helped me get to know my dogs from a very young age. I mean, I was like 12, 11 years old learning about wolves. And it really helped me to learn about all this stuff. So if you think about what a wolf eats in the wild, a wolf is going to eat a variety of different types of meat. They're not just going to go kill chickens all day. So, look at it in that light. What do wolves eat? And that's the best way to be able to know what you can feed your dogs, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will, after I get all this stuff broken down and prepped, I will film a video tomorrow. Everyone already ate today, so I can't do that today. But I will film a video tomorrow showing you guys them eating if you want to see it. And, I hope this gave you guys some good information. Like I said, we've been getting so many questions on this stuff. And I really just want to help you guys. Giving your dog raw meat is the best thing that you can do for them. It really is. You're giving them what their bodies were made to be able to eat. Okay, dogs are carnivores. They are meant to be able to tear this up. They have teeth that are meant to be able to tear into bone and flesh. And by giving your dog this stuff, you are changing their life. I promise you, you're giving them the best thing that you can put in their body. Okay, and I know there's going to be that one person up here that's like, oh man, you're giving them raw meat from a grocery store. I'm doing the best that I can do. We are doing the best thing that we can do for our dogs. We don't have money to go to some private farm and freaking get their meat. Like, I'm sorry, we don't, okay? So we're doing the best thing that we can for our dogs. To me, this is way better than giving your dog kibble. Okay? So please, no hate comments, none of those Mr. Know-It-All comments. They will be deleted. I don't want to hear it. If you have some constructive criticism or some type of advice that could probably help us, go right ahead. But the minute you start to be rude with your shit, I will delete your comment. I promise you. It won't even be seen by anyone. So, yeah, if you guys like the video, please like this for us. Go ahead and leave us a comment if you have any questions. And subscribe to our channel, guys. We are always doing videos like this. We have so many videos up of the puppies. And I have so much more content coming soon that can help you guys out with any questions that you might have about your dogs, especially the breed. The breeds that we have. So yeah, guys, that's it for today. I love you very much, and we will see you later. Bye. Alright, guys, I just wanted to, before I ended the video, show you the result. I am done prepping everything. Back here is all the chicken. It's actually too big to store in these bags, so I prefer to do it this way. I freeze them, and then when I'm ready for the day, I just rip them open. it's easy for me to just break them up and then give them to Joe and I. Each one of these bags has Joe's and Nye's chicken in there. I'm sorry, I have the hiccups, don't mind me. Yeah, each one of these bags has Joe and Nye's chicken for the day in there. And then over here is all big dogs. This is the puppies, okay? So basically, you know, this is Nye. One of these, sorry. One is for each dog. So like Nye, Joe. Just a variety. You know, they get different food every day. So each one of them, like I said, they'll get their chicken. They each have some ground beef, and then it's just different little extras in there for every day. Some have ribs, some have, you know, turkey neck or chicken necks, chicken hearts. It's just all spaced out. Now, as far as the puppies go, sorry about the shadow. As far as the puppies goes, it was kind of confusing because, like, some of these, like this bag is for 3 puppies, right? So they each have 3 little pieces, or there's 3 pieces of chicken in here. So they each have 1 piece of chicken. They each have a chicken neck. And then, yeah, that's it for this bag. But that's because Hercules is leaving Friday. So that's only 3 more days of me having to feed all 3 of them. So a couple of the bags have 3 puppies worth. And then, like, this bag is for when it's just Callie. You know what I'm saying? She just has a little piece of meat and a couple hearts. I don't know how long Oreo is going to be here. You know, so I got a couple bags that I feel like is just for Callie. A couple bags that are for 2 puppies. What I did with the ground beef is I just rolled them up into like little meatballs for them. So like this is for 2 puppies, and then I have, like I said, a couple that are for 3 puppies, right? So this is a bag for 3 puppies. So yeah, these will go in the freezer, and it's so much easier for me when it's time for them to eat. I just come in, grab one of these out for each big dog, one of these for the puppies, and I'm good. And this is many days worth of food, guys. No, I didn't even use it all. I still have, this is all leftover. All of this that I didn't even like actually prep up. When it's that time, I will pull these out and just break them up to prep for the second week. Yeah. The only thing that's fully broken up is all the chicken. And everything else, there's extra of everything. So I just wanted to go ahead and show this part to you guys too. And yeah, I really hope you guys like the video. Alright, love you guys. Bye.